First, how you can turn your baby into a child with a higher IQ. Remarkable new research suggests that the way you talk to your baby may help him or her become the next Einstein. Scientists in Manchester give us an exclusive look at their work that shows baby talk isn't just gibberish. Oh, does that taste good? Does that taste good? From the age of 9 months, a baby starts to do something that we all take for granted, recognizing words and their meaning. Well, Elia Jade is 9 months just last week, and for the next 4 months she'll start to use her first words. And as she begins to develop an understanding of what those words mean, so she will develop that most precious of human gifts, language. Speech therapist Dr. Sally Ward believes those first months of a baby's language development are crucial. Tomorrow she'll be releasing results which she claims show that how we talk to a baby can have profound effects on his or her abilities in later life.
The understanding of words builds up extremely quickly. It starts at 8 to 9 months, and then particularly if the adults around are helping the baby to do this, their understanding can increase very rapidly indeed.
Is he developing at a terribly fast pace at that particular stage? It's a very exciting period of development for a baby, it is.
It's a very exciting period. It is as if they've made a realization that, oh, these sounds that I hear about me are not just nice sounds grown-up people make, but they actually mean something, and I know what they mean.
Dr. Ward believes that the way in which parents talk to their babies between the ages of 9 and 13 months plays a crucial role in helping them develop this link between the sounds of words and their meaning. She's developed a program on how best to talk to babies, a kind of baby talk guide for a parent.
Well, the most useful thing she can do is to reduce the background sound for part of the time so that the baby is not distracted from what she is saying by the background sound. And then, as far as possible, to be on the baby's agenda, to talk about what the baby's interested in rather than what might be in her mind. And I think, above all, although the baby isn't talking back yet, to keep talking.
But can communicating better with babies who are only 9 months old really have an effect on them later in life? To find out, Dr. Ward and her colleague Deirdre Burkitt set up a study in Manchester with 140 9-month-old babies and their parents. Half were given advice on how best to talk to their babies. The other half were left to their own devices. The study took place 7 years ago, and the 9-month-old babies have now grown into 8-year-old children. Rachel and her mum Sheila were part of the group that used the baby talk technique. What was it that you did that was different on Sally's instructions from the way you'd normally have talked to Rachel if you hadn't known about this project?
And there's very specific things like repetition of words. So here's a balloon. Look at my balloon. Look, balloon, balloon. You know, being very, very clear with the language, wanting the child to hear things that were going on. So you turn the tap on. You're not just turning the tap on. You're saying, listen to the water. Shh, shh, listen to it. Picking out that sound, making it with your mouth. How can you do that?
So what effect did all that have? Rachel and all the other children took part in a series of tests set up to measure their abilities.
Now, what I'd like you to do first is to read on what's on some of these pages, and then I will ask you some questions about what you have read.
In certain Mexican Indian villages, both...
As Dr. Ward had expected, the children who had received the Baby Talk program did better in their language ability tests, but the intelligence tests came up with a surprising result.
Feathers or ribbons.
Okay, what do the Mexican Indian women do to their hair that men do not?
Decorate it.
The test showed that on average the same children were over a year ahead in general intelligence compared to the other group. The tests also demonstrated that 9 of the children, like Rachel, had achieved IQs of over 130, placing them in the gifted category, which none of the children in the other group achieved. This is the first time a study has linked baby talk and intelligence. The results are sure to spark controversy, but Dr. Ward is convinced of the benefits of good baby talk.
Well, the results are really quite stunning. The language skills of the intervention group were very significantly higher than the others, but even more remarkable, there was an enormous difference in general intelligence in the children that we'd intervened with as opposed to the ones we had not. And the average intelligence of the intervention group was a year and 3 months ahead of the other group.
So if you're concerned about your child being top of the class, neglect communicating with it at your risk.
Absolutely, yes.
Tomorrow's results will be keenly studied by other experts to check that the improvements recorded by Dr. Ward are due to her Baby Talk program rather than any other influences. You're doing rather well at this game. Do you think what your mum did in the way of talking to you when you were 9 months old made a difference?
I can't remember.
Of course you can't, understandable. But what about if you knew now that she'd read to you and made a special effort to talk to you when you were 9 months old? Do you think that might have made a difference to the fact that to the way you grew up?
May have.
May have, yes. Sheila, do you think it could have made any difference to Rachel what you did when she was 9 months old?
Well, it's hard for me to say because I don't have that time to run again with the child not doing those things. But she's very articulate. She's got a large vocabulary. She's got a concentration span. And I think it probably had a lot to do with the communication. She had a lot of input when she was a baby.
So if you have a 9-month-old baby and you want to set aside some special time for him or her, 3 key things to remember. First of all, get rid of all background noise and distractions. Secondly, make sure you communicate with him or her for at least half an hour a day. And thirdly, whatever happens, even if she starts crying like Elliot Jane is right now, whatever you do, keep communicating with her, even if she's not talking back to you. That's the key. Elliot Jane? Hey. Look what I've got here, look. Look. Oh dear, maybe it was something I said. Anyway, Dr. Ward will be continuing the study and will be testing the children again in 3 years' time.